Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Lucy and Brandy, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Lucy's ability to understand and respond to some of her formal on-leash obedience commands. The little tiny corrections and lots of motivation that we give her when we're working with her, and the training equipment that we're using. Brandy is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and she keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in her right hand. That leaves her left hand free to give any little adjustments that are necessary, and the only correction that we give is a little tug and release on her training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Lucy will come home with her very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly tomorrow during your follow-up training session. Now, if you notice, Lucy's sitting very nicely at Brandy's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. The command is Lucy heel. And at this point, Lucy has been taught to walk nicely next to your left side, not forging ahead or lagging behind, but staying right with you when you're walking. And each time that you stop your feet, she has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. So I want to see her walking the next time I see the three of you together, not being carried. She needs to have a little bit more independence, confidence, and sense of self. And you see her looking up at Brandy, paying attention. She's stimulated, she's motivated. It's good for her to have this. And she looks up at Brandy, and that is focus. And you can't buy that. That either is or it isn't. So she's trying really hard to do the right thing. And the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command. Brandy doesn't go too far away, but again, we're encouraging her to be independent. Now, if she gets up, Brandy's going to tell her no. Tell her sit and stay. She pulls up a little on the leash to keep Lucy in the seated position. She walks all the way around her to return all the way back to heel, and Lucy gets praised for a good job. And they start walking again. And just getting Lucy to walk properly on a leash was challenging because she's used to being the baby. She's used to being carried a lot. And she's a completely different dog when she's asked to do things on her own. So Brandy again leaves her in the stay. She may pull up a little on her leash to keep her seated so that she understands what stay means. And this time we're going to demonstrate the come on command. It's Lucy come in a happy voice. And Lucy has been taught to come and sit right in front of you facing your knees. And they go back to heeling. Brandy's talking to her to keep her motivated. Now, if she doesn't sit, Brandy tells her no, sit, stay. And then she uses her name in a happy voice and calls her in. This is like a lot of work that she's accomplished in this short period of time because she needed this. This is really good for her, and I think you're going to notice a real, much more animated dog. She's got a sense of self about her. Now, if she starts to bite the leash, Brandy tells her no, takes a couple steps forward, makes her sit, leaves her in another stay. We'll demonstrate that come on command again. She uses her name in a happy voice, and you're going to lengthen out the amount of time that she can hold her sit stays and her down stays, because that again helps build self-control, maturity, focus, attention span, all of the things that she didn't have when she got here. If she gets fresh with you, you're going to continue to walk her out of it. Don't let her bite the leash. Don't let her get crazy. Now, the next command that we're going to attempt to demonstrate, and we're still working on this command, is her down. So you always have to have her seated first. Yeah, she's being fresh right now with the leash. Left open palm straight down toward the ground, and the one word command to down. If she doesn't go all the way down, Brandy will gently push down between her shoulders, but she is laying all the way down. Now, we were using a little bit of food with that command. I want to do that again for you so you can try to see it again, and we'll work with you tomorrow with this. It's raining, and we're trying to get you something on video. Left open palm straight down toward the ground. Brandy has a treat in her hand, and that's okay. And you can practice this right inside. Now that is your down from a heel position and stay. So all of these commands are the commands that I want you to practice with her, most especially on a time of day that she has the zoomies or she's out of control. Brandy calls her out of that and has her come in and sit. She has done a great job. I know that you guys wanted her home. We'll continue to work with her after she goes home. I think she's had a great time here at school, and I think she's learned a ton. And we want to thank you again for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.